What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the 7th video in the Cashing In on Short-Term Rentals Masterclass. This video is brought to you by the Strategic Advisory Board and my company, the Build Don't Buy Short-Term Rental Masterclass. So in this video, what I want to be talking about is the meat and potatoes. The 7th video, which is land analysis. This is, in my opinion, the most important video in the entire series. And one of your land is going to determine so many different things for your property. And I want to step back for a second. I want you to think about your future guests in your property. And I want you to think about the entire guest experience. So right now what we've just focused on is market, like just choosing the right market and choosing the unique property. But outside of that Instagrammable unique property that we're building, you need to be thinking about the entire guest experience. So I've already said that twice, so what does that mean? That means that you need to be thinking about the drive to and from your property. That's super important because you don't want your guests to be driving 30 minutes up a gravel road before they even get to your property. A lot of times the guest is going to be driving in at night. A lot of times the guest is going to be new to the area. Sometimes their cell phone reception might run out. And you don't want your guests to be annoyed or scared by the time they even get to your property. So with that being said, I like to have all of my properties off of some sort of paved road, state maintained road. We will put in our own driveways or roads. That's part of this course. But one thing that I like to be off of is some sort of state maintained road. I don't like my guests to be coming off of a gravel road to go onto another gravel road. And it's going to lead to a lot of headache and it's going to lead to a lot of bad reviews. So the very first thing I do is, so we already established that you're going to be working with a land agent, and your land agent is going to be bringing you a lot of deals. You can show them this video, or you can just tell them essentially what I'm going to be telling you on how to look at a property. So we're actually we're on the Buncombe County GIS, so my county GIS. What you want to do is you want to be just typing in your city and then GIS, or your county and then GIS. So my county is Buncombe County, GIS, and then just click the first one. And then what the GIS system is essentially just an aerial view. You can also do this on Google, but it's easier to do it on your county's GIS system. But if your GIS system is like way too wonky or something, Google Maps works really well for this as well. But my county has a pretty good aerial maps and tools system. Again, your builder can do this, and then your land real estate agent can do this for you as well. I'm just showing you some of the behind the scenes that they're going to be working on. So before I even get in my car to go look at a property, you want to look at it on your GIS or on Google Maps, because you want to be seeing how far this piece of land is. This is a piece of land that I own. But you want to see how far this piece of land is from the closest road. So this land, say it was for sale, and I'll tell you guys a little bit of background about this property in a second. But so here's a paved road, and I know both from the listing description and also just from me owning property on this land, is that this road is paved as well. And sometimes you can't really tell. You can ask your real estate agent to ask the other agent if it's paved as well. But you can see that this road is paved leading up, which is what I'm looking for. And right here, it does turn into gravel, like where the property is, like where it's highlighted in blue. But this would be a yes for me, because it's coming off of a state maintained road, and then it turns into a paved road. And then one thing I want to tell you guys about this property is, so you see the highlighted in blue. So I own that, and I also own this one right here, the one that's highlighted where this little arrow is at. And what's cool about this is we actually purchased this property, these two boxes right here that are stacked on top of each other in the red, for about $50,000. And it's 4 acres total. It's two 2-acre parcels. And we were able to get one side to appraise for, so the two 2-acre parcels, 4 acres that were being offered together, sold together. We were able to get one side to appraise for $50,000, so for the purchase price, and we were essentially able to write a contract for $1 for the other side, the other 2 acres. So at closing, we owned the other 2 acres free and clear, with no debt, with no loan, with no partners, no anything. And then I turned around and used that land as collateral, which I teach in my course on how to do in my masterclass. I took that land as collateral to build 2 other A-frames where I went no money out of pocket to build those 2 other A-frames. So we built one A-frame, which I showed you guys in the very first video. I forgot how much money I'd put down for that one. But then we were able to turn around and get that other land that we got essentially for free at closing. We used that as a down payment. When went no money out of pocket, we used that as a down payment to build 2 other properties. Where that's practically an unlimited cash flow at that point until we sell the properties. But that's sort of the power of some of this stuff. And my agent helped me structure that deal together, and then just based off of experience, I've been able to put other deals together. But the very first thing, like I said, to focus on here is you want to just be focused on the access to the property, what the access to the land is going to look like. If you need to be putting in things like well and septic, you're going to lean very heavily on your GC and your land agent to do that. Another thing that these systems can do that I want you to be thinking about is I want you to be thinking about like things like zoning laws. So you want to be looking up your county or your city's zoning laws, and you want to be finding what the short-term rental laws are going to be in your area. So again, your GC or agent can figure this out for you as well. I've practically memorized my zoning laws in my county, but most counties have a map that looks like this. And what you want to do is you want to scroll to find short-term rentals or vacation rentals, and you want to see where they're permitted at, like where in the county they're permitted at, where they're not permitted at. Here in my county, they're almost permitted in every single zoning area. But that's one thing, again, to lean on your GC, lean on your agent. If they don't know, what you can do is go onto Google and type in your county or your city planning, and then put in planning department. And then give them a call, give your county planning and development like office a call. And if you have a property that you're interested in developing and it's already checked those boxes in terms of access to the land, like in terms of the road, you can then send that to your county and they can tell you if you can put vacation rentals on it or not. That's another way to do that if your agent or your general contractor doesn't know how to do that, or like they don't know if it's permitted in that area. And again, this was just like 6-7 minutes of very high level stuff, but you want to always be thinking about the access to the road. You want to be thinking about your entire guest experience and what they're going to be driving through when they're getting to your property. If you guys are interested in learning more about development and how to analyze like land analysis of property, it's covered in my short-term rental development masterclass, and the link to the is in the description below. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the 7th video. In the 8th video, cut that out. In the 8th video, oh my gosh, cut that out too. In the 8th video, what we're going to be talking about is partnership and deal structures, how to structure these deals together with partners and go no money out of pocket. So stay tuned for that. Thanks.